Hello intellectuals, welcome to our channel. We were discussed about the ILO conventions and the social security in the previous sessions. So in this series I will explain you the constitutional perspective on social security exclusively in India. Let's get started with Lord William Beveridge definition. According to Beveridge, social security is the security of the income to take place of earning when they are interrupted by unemployment, sickness or accident, to provide for the retirement through age, to provide against a loss of support by the death of another person, and to meet exceptional expenditure such as birth, death and marriage. Importance of social security. Social security acts as an umbrella for the people during the adverse situation. So social welfare is not at all possible without social security. It acts as a buffer against all the odds in that time of need. It helps in lifting the millions of people out of the poverty and thus it raises the people's standard of living. Constitutional mandates of the social security. Our Indian constitution promises the social and economic justice also guiding the social security policies. Since it has a nexus with basic human rights, its implementation through the right-based approach and mainstream judicial activism has elevated its position substantively. The Constitution also empowers the state to protect its citizens by extending social security benefit, thereby helping in the promotion of the deals of the welfare. In accordance with the constitutional mandates, the state can guarantee social security and the assistance in cases of unemployment, old age, sickness, maternity, disablement, etc. The labor legislations in our country is based on either dealing with the fundamental rights under the Part 3 or directive principle of state policy under Part 4, keeping the view of the relevant entries in the concurrent list. Let's see what our preamble says. Yes, of course, the preamble of Indian Constitution is the sole repository of the social security measures and provides the establishment for socialist state. This principle aims to eliminate inequality of income and the status and also to provide the decent standard of life to the working people. The Indian Constitution also provides equal opportunity to all the citizens of India. The fundamental rights as enshrined in the Part 3 of the Constitution are contained in Article 23 and 24 under the heading of Right Against Exploitation. While Article 23 provides for the prohibition of traffic in human being and forced labor. Article 24 provides for the prohibition of employment of children in factories, mines or any other hazardous employment. Right to life and liberty under the Article 21 includes all the rights that are essential to the human life in a civilized society, such as food, clothes, house, medicine and education. Thus, it advocates a social security for all the Indians. The preamble's objective can be achieved through the various directive principles of state policy which is enumerated under the Part 4 of the Indian Constitution. The directive principle of state policy and the fundamental rights of the Indian Constitution provide basis for many social security benefits. Based on these principles and rights, few social security laws are passed for the benefit of the poor, weaker, unorganized sector of the society. Article 38 is a mandate to the state to secure social order for the promotion of the welfare of the people. 38 subclause 1 directs the state to promote the welfare of the people by securing and protecting effectively as it may be in social order. This is a reaffirmative of the preambular objective of securing the socio-economic and political justice. The 44th Amendment added the clause 2 of the Article 38 which directs the state to minimize the irregularities in income and to endeavor to eliminate inequalities in the status, facilities and opportunities not only amongst the individual but also the group of the people residing in the different areas. Article 39 provides for the equal right to adequate means of livelihood to all the citizens and also ensuring the equal pay for equal work. Securing the right to work, education, public assistance in case of unemployment, old age, sickness and disablement are the significant measures of the social security under the Article 41. Article 42 stands for the providing just and humane condition of the work and the maternity relief. Article 43, which deals with the living wage for the workers, and Article 43A, intended to secure the workers' participation in the management of industries. Concurrent list, which authorizes the government to take the necessary step for regulating the social security welfare of labor with an intention to ensure the protection of interest of all the citizens of India. Benefits. There are numerous number of benefits are under the social security schemes in India. They are medical care, sickness benefit, maternity benefit, accident benefit, unemployment benefit, family benefit, old age and invalidity benefit. The Constitution of India provides basis for the enactment of social security legislations by both the parliaments and the state. The Employee Compensation Act 1923. It requires payment of compensation to the workman or his family in cases of the employment related injuries resulting in death or disability. The Workmen Compensation Act 1923 provides for the payment of compensation to the workmen for the injuries sustained in accidents. Minimum Wage Act 1948. The Minimum Wage Act 1948 is most important legislation that has been enacted for the benefits of unrecognized labor. It was enacted for fixing, reviewing and reviving the minimum rate of wages in the scheduled employment where the workers are engaged in the unorganized sectors. Dock Workers Regulations of Employment Act 1948. The Act and the scheme or the social legislation enacted for the purpose of the welfare of the dock workers. The Maternity Benefit Act 1961, it provides for 12 weeks wages during the maternity as well as the paid leave in certain other related contingencies. Contract Labor Regulation and the Abolition Act 1970. It regulates the employment of a contract labor in certain establishment and provides for its abolition in certain circumstances. The Payment of Gratuity Act 1972. It provides for the 15 days of wages for each year of services to the employees who have worked for 5 years or more in the establishment have minimum of 10 workers. The Code on Social Security 2020. The code replaces 9 existing laws relating to the Social Security, including the Employees Provident Fund and Miscellaneous Provision Act 1952 and the Employees State Insurance Act 1948. The Act was introduced as a light of good hope towards the unregulated industry as it covers the employees in both organized and unorganized sectors. Provide for the retirement pension, provident fund, life and disability insurance, healthcare and unemployment benefit, sickness pay and leave, unpaid paternal leaves. The code aims to improve the probability of social security benefits. Furthermore, the Social Security Code also provides the discretionary power to the central government and the state government to formulate the schemes for the benefit of the gig workers, self-employed and other industrial laborers. Social security schemes in India. For elderly people, the first one is Pradhan Mantri Vaya Vandana scheme. It is a social security scheme which targeting those people who are above 60 years of age. It is implemented by the Life Insurance Corporation of India and it was launched in 2017. The next one is called Indira Gandhi National Old Age Pension Scheme. This scheme is for old age people aged about 60 living below the poverty line. It is implemented as a part of the National Social Assistance Program. The third one is called Rashtriya Vayoshri Yojana. The scheme provides physical aids and assisted living devices to the senior citizen living below the poverty line. It is centrally sponsored scheme. Senior Citizens Welfare Fund. Senior Citizens Welfare Fund is established under the Finance Act 2015 to be utilized for such schemes for the promotion of the welfare of senior citizens in the line with the national policy on the older persons. Integrated program for the older persons. The scheme provides for the improving of the lives of the senior citizens. The scheme provides various facilities to the older people like food, shelter, medical care, etc. The government does this through providing the financial help through various NGO and institutions which run the shelter and the old age home for the destitute of old age people, etc. For organized sector people, the first one is called Employees Provident Fund Organization, launched in 1952. It covers the salaried classes through the scheme of the Employees Provident Fund. It offers a sense of financial security to the employees for the emergency use and after retirement. The next one is called Employee State Insurance Scheme, that is ESI. It is a social security scheme which helps the employees during the health emergency. The scheme provides a wide range of the benefits like medical benefit, benefits related to the disability, maternity, unemployment allowances, etc. For the unorganized sector workers, the first one is called Atal Pension Yojana, launched in 2015. The scheme targets unorganized workers like domestic helpers, drivers, gardeners, etc. It allows such workers to save their life through their old age. It is administered by the Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority. The next one is called Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana. To meet the health emergencies of the unorganized worker, this scheme was launched. It is for the workers living below the poverty line. It is the type of health insurance scheme for the unorganized sector works. Aam Aadmi Bima Yojana. This is government-sponsored social security scheme has been to protect testing the interest of the hundreds of individuals working in the occupational groups within the unorganized sector. The scheme provides the benefits to the insurer in case of natural or accidental death, in case of disability, etc. For women, Swatha Grey Scheme. The scheme deals with providing the basic facilities like food, clothes, shelter and the medical facilities for those women who are in distress. The program is implemented by the Ministry of Women and Child Development. The next one is called Janani Suraksha Yojana. The act is aims to the act to promote the institutional delivery among the poor pregnant women. It consists of cash assistance with the depository delivery in the delivery care. Challenges. Although the government at the various level tries its best to ensure the social security to its citizens, the situation is still grim in India. A variety of laws and regulations are in place to deal with the social security in India, but they reach very small section of society. The funds allocated under the scheme have not been used effectively and efficiently. Approximately 91% of Indian workers are the forced workers, that is the informal sector of the workers, which is often lack of social security in the job benefits, application of a labor laws and access to the formal social security programs. Most of the social security schemes are provided are transitioning the digital platform for the regularization and registration and the disbursement of the benefits. However, a large section of these laborers reside in village or lack of education. So they lack access in the technology and the internet, leading to a digital divide that hampers their participation. Intellectuals, to know more details about the labor legislation, please do subscribe the Courtroom Intellectuals and hit the follow button.